container crashed every few hours with OOM-killer. The culprit? An Ansible playbook silently changed a kernel memory setting. Let's break down Ansible tutorial for beginners, how it works, and the exact mistake behind that failure. Ansible is an open-source automation tool that lets you configure servers, deploy software, and orchestrate tasks without installing any agent on the target machines. You write declarative YAML playbooks, and Ansible pushes them over SSH. Let's write a simple playbook that ensures Nginx is installed and running. This is the hello world of Ansible. This playbook targets web servers, uses sudo, installs Nginx via apt, and ensures the service is running and enabled at boot. An inventory file lists your servers. You can group them by role and set per host variables like SSH user or key file. Here's a basic INI inventory with two groups. The DB servers group uses a custom SSH user and key. Now let's write a more complete playbook that installs Nginx, creates a website directory, copies an index, HTML, and uses a template for the Nginx config. This playbook uses variables for port and server name, creates directories, copies files, and uses a template for the Nginx config. Handlers restart Nginx only when notified. Hardcoding values is a rookie move. Use variables and Jinja 2 templates to make your playbooks reusable across dev, staging, and prod. This Nginx config template uses Jinja 2 variables for port, server name, and root directory. Ansible renders it before copying. Modules are the building blocks. Each does one thing idempotently. Always prefer a specific module over shell or command. This playbook demonstrates apt, user, git, file, and systemed modules. Each is idempotent and handles state checking. A playbook is a list of plays. Each play has tasks that run in order. Handlers are special tasks that run only when notified, once at the end. Here, two tasks notify the same handler. The handler runs only once at the end, restarting the app after both configs are updated. For quick checks, use Ad-Hoc commands. For anything repeatable, write a playbook. Always dry run with check and cdiffs with diff. These Ad-Hoc commands check uptime, install htop, and dry run a playbook. Use check and diff to preview changes safely. Idempotency means running a playbook multiple times produces the same result. Modules check current state before making changes, so it's safe to run on a cron. This playbook ensures the deploy user exists and the temp user is removed. Running it again will report no changes. This is the same issue we highlighted at the start. Here's exactly why that happened. Ansible set VM, overcommit memory equals 1 on the host, allowing processes to allocate more memory than available. Combined with a misconfigured Docker memory limit, the kernel killed the container. Setting VM, overcommit memory equals 1 allowed processes to over-allocate memory, which combined with a misconfigured Docker memory limit caused the kernel OOM-killer to terminate the container. The fix, set VM, overcommit memory equals 0 in /etc/sysctl, conf and reload with sysctl, p. Also set memory reservation equal to memory limit in bytes in Docker. Use the sysctl module in Ansible to apply kernel parameters idempotently. Setting VM, overcommit memory equals 1 allows overcommit, which can cause OOM kills in containers with memory limits. Always test in staging. Using shell or command when a module exists breaks idempotency. The module checks state. The shell command runs blindly every time. This tutorial uses apt and service modules, which are part of Ansible core. Ensure you have Ansible 2.9 Plus for the systemed module shown later. For older targets, e.g., Ubuntu 16.04, the service module may not support enabled. Yes, use systemed with enabled. Yes, only on systems with systemed. The article mentions running playbooks, but doesn't show how to run only specific tasks. Use tags to mark tasks and run them selectively with tags or skip tags. This is essential for large playbooks where you only want to restart a service or update configs without running everything. The article warns against state, latest for packages, but doesn't explain why. In production, state, latest can cause unexpected upgrades that break dependencies. Always pin versions with state. Present and specify a version string, e.g., name, Nginx equals 1, 18, 0 to ensure consistent deployments across environments. When things go wrong, start by testing SSH manually, then check Python availability on the target. Use diff to see what Ansible thinks the state is, and verify your inventory with Ansible Inventory. Let's run through some common interview questions. How does Ansible ensure idempotency with command module? Use creates removes or changed when to choose Ansible over Terraform, Ansible for config management, Terraform for provisioning. What happens if a task fails? Stops on that host. Use ignore errors or rescue blocks. And a few frequently asked questions. Do I need to install Ansible on every server? No, only on control node. What's the difference between Ad-Hoc and Playbook? Ad-Hoc for one-off, Playbook for repeatable. What does idempotent mean? Running multiple times gives same result. Let's recap the key takeaways. Ansible is agentless, YAML-based, idempotent. Install via pip, only on control node. Use dedicated modules, not shell. Always syntax check and check before run. Ready to go deeper? Up next, Ansible vs Terraform. When to use each, then Ansible AWX and Tower Guide, then Ansible vs Chef versus Puppet versus SaltStack. Find them all at TheCodeForge.io. Thanks for watching. The full article and code examples are covered in detail at TheCodeForge.io.